Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently spent 3 months living in Korea, so if you're planning a trip to Seoul or just interested in Korea, make sure to hit that like and subscribe so I can take you along my adventures from both the tourist and local point of view. For some context, this episode was filmed late December towards the tail end of my trip, and at this point I'm not really chasing the touristy spots anymore, just enjoying daily life in Seoul. Normally, I'd walk around and explore different neighborhoods, but it's been brutally cold, so I've been going to a lot of art galleries and getting really into Korean art lately. Luckily, Seoul has so many free art exhibits to see, so I never get bored. Today, I am taking you to Samcheongdong to check out the Gi-bong-ri exhibit at Kukje Gallery. Samcheongdong is a traditional neighborhood that sits to the east of Gyeongbok Palace, and this area is known for its traditional architecture, boutique shops, trendy cafes, etc. So even if art is not your thing, I highly recommend you check this neighborhood out. Anyways, I don't know anything about the artist. I just found this gallery on Naver Map and saw that they had an active exhibit. So it looks like the exhibit is called Where You Stand and repaints these beautiful landscapes on layers of plexiglass to create fog and spatial illusions. It's really hard to grab on camera, but in person it feels like the painting is moving as you're moving around it. I guess that's why this exhibit is fittingly named Where You Stand. Spatial illusions and all that fancy stuff aside, I think these landscapes are so gorgeous, and though I've never heard of Gi-bong-ri before this exhibit, he definitely has a new fan. Kukje Gallery was starting to get crowded, so I'm hopping over to Barakat Contemporary, which is just next door. It looks like they're hosting an exhibit with El Anatsui, an artist from Ghana. When I walked in, there were no staff in the room, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to go downstairs or if this is all there is to the exhibit, and I wasn't able to get much info about El Anatsui or his work before heading back out. Heading towards Bukchon Hanok village next, and on my way I stumbled across the store for Beauty of Joseon. Their sunscreen is going viral in the States, and I've been meaning to try their products but haven't yet. As I talked to the employee, she explained that they're actually a Korean American brand and only recently launched in Korea. Excuse me while I admire their hanbok inspired goodies. Anyways, I picked up the sunscreen and a moisturizer, and the employee gave me so many samples, perks of shopping in Korea. It looks like the sun is about to set, so impulsively I am deciding to go see the sunset. If you've seen my other vlogs, you'll know that this is a ritual for me. I try to visit the Han River at sunset hour as often as I can, but today we're not near the river, so we'll just climb to a viewpoint. By the way, this is Samcheongro or street. Just follow the road on the right side of Gyeongbokgung and hang right at Barakat. It will lead you to the main Samcheong area and Bukchon Hanok village. I have been here so many times, but I'm learning today for the first time that there are these staircases that lead up to the Hanok village. Every time I've been here in the past, I would walk all the way to the end of the Samcheongdong road and walk through the residential neighborhoods, but this saves me like 30 minutes of walking. So if you visit this area, keep an eye out for the stairwells. I love this viewpoint because I have a lot of memories here with my friends, and I just love the city view with the mountains in the background. Plus, it's just a couple blocks from the main Bukchon Hanok area, so it's the perfect place to watch the sunset if you're already nearby. Heading back down, and to be honest, I don't actually know where I'm headed to next. I brought my laptop thinking I would find a cute cafe to edit vlogs, but the thing with Korea is that the cute cafes are more for socializing. You won't see a ton of people sitting there alone with a book, let alone a computer. But at the same time, I don't want to waste my time and money at a boring coffee franchise, so it's a daily dilemma and I just end up carrying my heavy backpack around all day for nothing. Anyways, rant aside, I got to the bottom and ended up right next to this other art gallery, and it looks cute, so why not check it out. This is Gallery Minjong, and they're currently, or at the time of filming, were hosting an exhibit by an artist named Seoul. Funny enough, her exhibit is called From Where I Stand. Like me, Seoul moved to another country for a while to experience a new life and culture. There, she captured her everyday through these paintings. Now, I cannot draw to save my life, but I love taking photos, and I see so many similarities between her drawings and the photos I've been taking this trip. It almost feels like I'm looking at an alternate reality version of myself, and I can't stop smiling at all the parallels. This was definitely a happy accident, and I'm commemorating this exhibit by buying one of Seoul's calendars. I'll be putting it up in my room and cherishing these memories that this stranger and I seem to share. As I was walking back towards the bus stop, I noticed this sticker shop, so shall we check it out? Oops, I thought I got a lot more footage here, but basically it's a really cool shop showcasing local artists. I picked up a couple stickers to show support. It's cold and I'm tired, but I'm only in Korea for roughly 3 more weeks, so going home just feels like a waste of precious time. I've been wanting to try this dessert shop called Baek Mi Dang, so I guess today's the day. Their signature item is their organic milk soft serve, and one thing about me is that I love milk and ice cream, so I have high expectations. The menu was so big that I asked the employee for her recommendation, and she said to try the affogato, which is another dessert that I love. Seating is upstairs, and it was quite empty, which is understandable because the weather outside is below freezing. Honest review, I think the dessert was pretty underwhelming. I love my ice cream to be really creamy, but I don't think Korea makes ice cream like that, so maybe it's not a fault of the brand in itself. Of course, I still cleaned up my cup, and then I called it a night and finally headed home. Fast forward to another day. To be honest, I don't remember whether this is the next day or several days later because I just hadn't been filming. But it looks like I'm at the Han River again, what a shocker. And today we are at Banpo Bridge. The air quality in Seoul has been so bad lately, I haven't been able to catch any good sunsets. Fingers crossed today though, because coming out to the Han River, especially in this weather, is not always easy. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. The next set of footage I have is a little trip down to a city called Masan, and it just makes sense to give that trip its own video, so we're ending the vlog here, and thanks again for watching.